Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Alex from Ball State Yu-Gi-Oh Club. No, it's been a while, been almost 2 weeks. It is difficult to get material. I am trying to make this a group thing. I want the members of the Ball State Yu-Gi-Oh Club to be really involved in this. I want to get their deck profiles. I want to get their opinions out on this YouTube channel, but it's really difficult because everyone's home for the summer. This is Ball State affiliated club, so because of the fact that we all come from different parts of the country, different parts of the state, it is difficult to get some material, and I kind of have to wait until school starts for anything big and relevant to start coming. But for now, we're just going to do another deck profile. I just got these cards in a couple days ago, and I'm testing with the deck in real life and on YGO Pro, and it's pretty fun. I really like the fact that it's a combo deck and you have a lot of options to go into, and we're getting a structure deck that makes this deck even better, which is going to be a lot more fun. But without further ado, we're just going to hop right in the deck profile. Starting off with the DDDs for our Pendulum monsters. Starting off with a DDD, or DD Savant Kempler. It's your searcher. When it's normal or special summon, you can search out a Dark Contract, or you can target another DDD card you control and return to the hand. That's usually relevant with the King Abyss Ragnarok. Some more names. DDD Rebel King Leonidas. It's not as relevant because you're usually making Oracle King Dark, and that helps you gain back the damage you lost, or the damage you would have lost from your Dark Contract cards. This just kind of you lose 1,000, you gain 1,000 back, which it's nice, but it's just another name, and it helps because it's a rank set or level 7, and it helps makes rank 7s. For the final Pendulum, DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. You can special summon a DDD when this thing is normal or special summon from your grave. Or when this thing is special summon, you can, when this thing is normal or special summon, sorry, you can target another DDD monster in your grave and then special summon it. And you can also tribute another DDD monster, then target one monster your opponent controls and then banish it, which is also really nice. This card is just really good. And then when it's in the scale, you can special summon a DDD monster. Or when you special summon a DD monster, you can target another DD monster in your grave and then special summon it. But then any damage your opponent would take. It's half for the rest of the turn. Yada, yada, yada. Take 1,000 damage for the ones that you special summon. Lots of text to read, but it's a really good card. That ends the Pendulum lineup. Going into just the regular monsters, DD Necro Slime. It's good in the grave. You always want to see it in the grave because you can fusion summon a DD Fusion monster by banishing the monsters in your graveyard as material. And then you're usually throwing that in there with DD Swirl Slime or the Dark Contract Trap. This combos off well with Ragnarok because when you fusion summon, and if you have a Ragnarok in hand, you can just banish this and special summon, or you can go into a multitude of different plays. There's just so many different options with this deck, and that's what makes it so much fun. Wrapping up the DD monsters, DD Baphomet, it just allows you to go into the rank 4 monster. The only rank 4 monster that you can really play, Wave King Caesar, just because once you activate this effect, you can't special summon any other monsters except for DDs. Or it lets you go into the Kali Yuga if you have other DD monsters on the field. And then we just have some relevant hand traps. The Veiler and the Maxi. Maxi isn't as relevant as Veiler just because of the fact that you can search it with one of the spells, and you'll see that in just a second. Spells. For the theme cards, we got Dark Contract with the Gate. It allows you to add a DD monster from your deck to your hand. You do take 1,000 damage, but like I said, if you're playing the deck right, Oracle King Dark out on the field as quickly as possible, you're just going to gain that 1,000 instead of losing it. Moving on, Dark Contract with the Swamp King. This allows you to fusion summon using monsters from your hand that you control and your grave, which is really relevant because you're going to be pitching a lot of stuff to the grave. Like I said, man, this deck just has so many options, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the deck goes with the new structure deck and whatnot. Here's that combo card I was talking about. Where Art Thou? It's a steep cost if you don't normal summon the added monster, but if you control a level 1 monster, you can add a level 1 monster from your deck. So you can either add Veiler, or you can add another Kepler, or you can add a, is it the Swirl Slime? Necro Slime. You can add a Necro Slime, and it just gives you more options to go into. And if you don't normal summon, you do have to take the 2,000, but if you have Dark, you gain that 2,000 instead of losing it, which is super awesome. And then for the one-ofs, We got Foolish Burial and 1-for-1. 1-for-1's really nice because you can pitch like a Necro Slime and then special summon a Kepler. And then Foolish just allows you to either pitch a... Really, you just pitch any DDD you want because you can combo off of the grave. So that's really situational there. And then for the tech card of mine, not really my tech card, but it just has a lot of synergy with the deck. Mass Change second, you can discard a card and then discard a card that your grave might need, or that might be live in the grave, and then get that Dark Law out. And then the spell and trap removal, pretty standard MST. And then just the draw power, Upstart and Allure. Because you play so many 3-ofs, it's not super bad that you're banishing one of your dark monsters. It's just nice to have more draw power in this. And then the trap lineup, pretty small. We've got one Dark Contract with the Witch. This card's really good because depending on what the card you have in hand, you can combo off with it. But either way, your monsters gain 1,000 attack on your opponent's turn, and you can just pop a card on the field by sending a DDD or Dark Contract card. And then Quaking and Bottomless, just some battle traps and summoning negation. Pretty standard. It's the main deck. Definitely going to change as the structure deck comes out. I'll probably make a video on the structure deck here soon. Just because I am going to be following DDDs a lot. But to start the extra deck, this is pretty much a staple. It's going to get cut down more once the new stuff comes out, but as of now, 3 is pretty needed. And then you're going into this guy a lot. Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. This bad boy, when you declare an attack, or when an attack is declared involving this card, you can target one other DDD or Dark Contract card you control, return to the hand, and if you do, equip one face-up monster your opponent controls this card, except the battling monster. Your opponent has to have a different monster on the field, and then it gains that attack, which is pretty nutty, in my opinion. And it's really big. It's a 3,200 attack and 3,000 defense, and then the Dark Law for the Mass Change second. Then we have our Xyz monsters. Dual Hand. Dual Hand's cool because if you do have the opportunity to have like a Kepler, two Keplers on the field, you can just Dual Hand, and if your opponent has like an established board or something, you can use this effect and then just have their attack or something like that. So you can push for more damage. And this guy, the Wave King Caesar, this guy's really good just because when you make it, it gets all of your monsters back. I mean, yeah, you have to take 1,000 damage, but you have a dark on the field. It's irrelevant just because... well, here, let me read the effect for you guys. It's pretty nutty. During your player's turn, you can detach one material from this card. At the end of the battle phase, special summon from your graveyard as many monsters destroyed this turn as possible. As many monsters. It's like a soul charge effect. It's pretty nice. But yeah, you have to take 1,000, but if you have the dark, it's not really going to matter. This guy, you really don't make all that often. I am pretty new to the deck, so I might just not know when to use this card. But yeah, you can just overlay it on top of the Wave King Caesar. So there's that. And the 2 rank 7s, Big Eye and Flare Metal. I'm usually making Flare Metal because of the effects. My opponent activates, they can just burn a lot. Big Eye is really nice. He's just pretty standard, you know what I mean? And the rank 8s. Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is awesome because it's a heavy storm. And it you can add one of the Dark Contract spell or traps in your graveyard and you can just set it. So you can heavy storm and set one of the cards that you just destroyed. And then the, I guess it's generic rank 8s. Felgrand and Titanic Galaxy. You don't make these a lot. If you do, you're making this one. But it's hard to make these because most of the time you're using the level 4, the Baphomet, so you can level adjust and then make the level 8. You can make it naturally just by using the King Abyss Ragnarok, just having 2 of those in the field. It's not that hard to do at all. But yeah, you just don't make these as much, but it does help when you can make these. But yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. That is DDDs. They're pretty fun. Say that about pretty much every deck. I wouldn't play the deck if I didn't think it was fun. it's combo oriented deck, so you do need to think your decision trees out. There's a lot of decision trees, a lot of branches in this decision tree. So think about that before you get into this deck. It is a very combo based deck. It's fun, challenging, but yeah, if you guys are a little bit skeptical on my deck profile or my deck list, let me know in the comments section. Let me know what I could fix. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and I will catch y'all later. It's me signing out.